Hello my dear simmers, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to explore the beautiful world of Airbus with the brand new A330-900Neo, one of the two versions of this wide-body airliner that cost the modest sum of $300 million. So if you just bought it, well done, you can definitely flex now. The video is divided into chapters that go from the exterior of the aircraft to the cockpit, the avionics, the sounds and animations, the performance and stability on Xbox, the flight model, and finally my conclusion that tries to answer the most important question of all: is it fun to fly? It goes without saying that my expectations are higher than the previous model of LVFR, because I believe that all developers have to improve with their new creation. First of all, let's see what's in the package for 35 euros or dollars, which makes the A330 the most expensive LVFR aircraft, by the way. So, we have an Airbus A330-900Neo, only one version with 42 liveries. Some are real and some are fictional. Okay. Let's load up first at Nice Airport, my favorite one, and we are going to have a quick look around. Overall, the exterior model is really nice. Nothing really surprising, I have to say. It's a bit better than the A318, the only other LVFR aircraft I own, and it's a good model compared to other airliners. Unfortunately, not all liveries are of the same quality as you will see on the screen. Some parts, like this cockpit window, are definitely well rendered compared to other aircraft. It's always a tricky part, the rendering of the windshield here. The landing gear is okay. It's not the best we have seen, of course. Textures are good, and there is the lettering is very fine. We also have a little bit of wear and tear, as you can see. So here we have a little issue with the text, but really it's a very small detail. And as you can see, this aircraft is massive. A lot of small details are very well rendered. Okay, and now let's go inside the cabin. So we have a galley, and right away we can see that there is a problem here with the door, because we have a big hole in the middle of the door, and I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be like this in an aircraft. So if we check on the exterior, there is no way that this is a window. So this is an issue, and it's the same on all the doors of the aircraft. Okay, let's move on into the cabin, and here we have some toilets. Why not? It's always nice when you can go to the toilet in a 12-hour flight. The cabin is quite nice and detailed, considering the size of the cabin, right? But, oh, yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be like this either. What's happening here? On this side, it's okay, but on the left side, it is not. And I've checked also on my PC version, and it's exactly the same. So LVFR, I don't know what happened here with the cabin model, but there is definitely something that is not right at all. Now in the cockpit, it's a good cockpit with some nice feature like the captain's tray. The textures are okay, and as far as I know, there are no problems. An electronic flight bag. We have a lot of fingerprints on the windshield. I have no idea why people would put their hands here. and that's a bit annoying, but that's maybe my OCD. I don't know. We have an animated flight deck door, but with no sound. Yeah, it's here to close it. And we have, okay, the armrests are animated. This seat, I believe, is not animated. No oxygen test working. So there is not a lot of features. There's not a lot of things that are animated. There is some few details here and there. It's definitely not the worst cockpit. It's definitely not the best cockpit either. And as you can see, the textures are good. It's not the highest quality again. We are in the average range. I think it's pretty much a good summary of the aircraft overall. It's a mid-range price, and it's a mid-range quality also. For the avionics, we are in a familiar territory here. Everything is the same as you would expect from the Airbus family of LVFR, except for the fully coded central panel. And it's a nice effort. The autopilot works well, as does everything else. The engine sounds are good and seem realistic from what I've seen on YouTube. The takeoff sound is good, landing gear deployment and drag are very good in my opinion. There is not much else to say as there is not much else added in the aircraft. I would have liked better flap and spoiler sounds, cabin announcements for example, but no, there's nothing. I've tested the A330 with my TCA Airbus Captain Pack and the first time I got a weird banking. So I cleared my cache and restarted the sim. And after a full flight between Toulouse and Montpellier in France, I can say that everything is fine and all inputs are correct. I did find something strange in the flight model outside of normal flight operation. So if you bank too much and stall the aircraft, you almost cannot recover it in any way. Well, at least I didn't manage to do it. But don't worry, as I said, you shouldn't be doing aerobatics with the big airliner. Also, I didn't use the SimBrief integration to make my flight plan because I think most Xbox users don't use it. And you can just do your flight plan from the world map like the default A320. So it's way more easy this way. So for sure you have some advantage with SimBrief regarding the weight and to calculate all the takeoff performances the most accurate way. But everything is managed also with the world map like in the default A320. If you are waiting for a big and simple airliner to fly, the A330 will tick those boxes. and we know that LVFR are constantly updating their planes. Regarding the performance, well, I've tested the plane 90% of the time on Xbox and 10% on PC, and in both cases I can say that the A330 is a bit greedy regarding the performance. On Xbox I didn't have any black avionics, like I've read a lot on Discord or in the comments, but I did have major frame rate issues, such as with the Toulouse add-on airport. Once you are out of the scenery, everything returns to normal, and I had no problems with the standard MSFS airport. It's important to say that I didn't have any CTD. So overall it's not that bad, but I like my sim to run smoothly, and to be fair to LVFR, it's hard to say and hard to be 100% sure it's not a sim update 13 issue, because yes, some add-on airports that were working perfectly are now stuttering. But yeah, even on PC I didn't have any frame rate issue, of course, but I have seen on my performance benchmark that the aircraft took a lot of resources, so I'm sure that LVFR can optimize the aircraft a bit, considering it's not a complex aircraft. In conclusion, if I had to give this information, I'm not an A330 pilot, so it's based on my experience of other aircraft in the sim, and I've flown quite a lot of them. From a beautiful model of the aircraft with slightly better avionics since their last product, LVFR keeps improving. But for the first version of this A330-900Neo, it's not perfect. The cabin model is off, the same little annoying bugs keeps happening with their EFB, and the performance is below what I expected. So is it fun to fly? It definitely has a good flight model, and LVFR stated that it has been tested by real A330 pilots. I would say that for €35 it deserves a bit more polish to really shine amongst the past and present production on Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you have been waiting for a big and easy airliner to fly, the A330 will tick those boxes, and we know LVFR are constantly updating their aircraft. I hope you have enjoyed the content of this video and it's given you the opportunity to make up your own mind. Don't hesitate to leave any advice or criticism in the comments, and see you soon on the channel. Have a good day. Bye bye.